Welcome. Important to point out that being a stay-at-home mom is a job in itself, and a hard one, too. You don't get a paycheck, and the hours, ridiculously long. At some point, many women choose to re-enter the workforce, but restarting your career or finding a new one can be challenging.
Have diapers and playdates softened your edge against the competition? A lot of people want to know. So joining us now is career coach and image consultant Amanda Goralski with more on helping stay-at-home moms get back into the game. Good to see you, girlfriend.
Thank you, ladies. I am
Amanda.
so fired up today.
Are you?
I feel like I'm going out there and I'm playing against the Brewers.
There you go. You got your sporting
You
blue.
got the right colors on.
I got the colors, but I am totally fired up for this game.
I was
Good.
thinking you guys should sit next to
Let's
each other
switch.
because
Yeah, right?
you're all color coordinated.
We got the blue going.
Yeah, exactly. Go Brewers.
Yes.
Okay, so a lot of women who, especially if they've been out of the workforce for a while, feel like they've kind of lost their edge a little bit. You know, when people come to you and they say that or they express that concern, how do you kind of manage that?
Well, first of all, we need to find out what type of professional / mom do you want to be? Because I think that's the number one concern that most people have is, okay, before I got married and when I was working, I was really independent, I was successful, I was aggressive, I was professional, and now all of a sudden I'm a mom. So how do you really gel the two that I can still have the nurturing, caring side that I am that illustrates I'm a mom, but still be very professional at the same time? So it's starting to have those conversations, okay, who do you want to be? You know, because the personal branding changes as we continue to keep evolving through our lives. And then from there, it's deciding, okay, you've been out for 10 years or you've been out for 2 years. Do you want to go back into the same industry that you were in before you had children?
And do most women want to go back to the same industry, do you think, or do most of them, are they looking to make a change?
I think a lot of them are looking to make a change because they're different from who they are, from who they were before, and they've got a different perspective and they've got different interests and things. But one thing that I do need to cautious women on is that sometimes when you do have children, you have temporary passions. You know, you see kids and you see things that you could change, but you got to remember, okay, 20 years from now when my kids are older and they're not living with me or whatever, am I going to have this same passion for toys or coloring books or, you know, whatever it is that you want to start?
That's a good point because I do see a lot of young moms starting, you know, whether it's a mommy blog or a mommy store or something like that. And how long will that last is a good question. Is that something that's permanently your passion? So if someone's at home with their kids, how do they keep their resume competitive? How do they keep it kind of up to date? Because I think a lot of women would say the skills that they're using are still skills that are applicable, but you can't necessarily say stay-at-home mom on your resume because a lot of employers don't always see that as a skill set.
Right, but
maybe they should.
I 100% agree that being a stay-at-home mom is not easy. My younger sister has a 6-month-old, and I go over there and I'm exhausted. And all I've done is watch him on the floor.
Yeah, right.
How that happens, I do not know. So I give all moms that stay at home a ton of credit. But what things I like to encourage people to do is start volunteering. You know, if you can volunteer at school or kindergarten or things like that, I mean, that's a great thing to put on your resume. Or if you see programs that are lacking at school or in the community, I mean, put together a group of women and say, okay, this is what I see that this community needs. Let's band together and let's get this done. And now you're starting different things, which shows leadership, it shows creativity, it shows communication. So those are all skills that are really vital in the professional world.
And I think it's a good time to do informational interviews because a lot of professionals are very open to that, even if you don't have a personal relationship or a connection. The other thing is internships. I mean, we've seen a lot of moms, even here in our office at the Morning Blend, who are doing internships later in life, and they're extremely valuable assets to us here, and I know that they will be in whatever job that they consider. You know?
And I mean, really, stay-at-home moms, it's just like any young professional or professional that's been laid off that's looking to hop back into the workforce. It's all about who you know. And if you can get a community of stay-at-home moms together and do like a little meetup once a week where everyone brings their kids, but you talk about issues going on in the business world or in different industries, or, okay, who do your husband know that I can talk to because I want to go into accounting or finance or, you know, advertising or whatever. It's all about meeting people and communicating to them what your needs are, because then it's just that much easier when you are ready to hop back in.
And you kind of have this built-in networking group, truly, of probably very professional, put-together women. How about if you're ready to go back to the workforce, you're ready to do it, are there specific steps? So obviously getting groups of people together or doing that, what other specific steps can women take?
Informational interviews, going through your resume and really looking at, okay, what are some keywords that employers are looking for right now? And how can I use that to my advantage in the things that I've done, whether it's volunteering, informational interviews, starting new organizations or programs, any of that. I mean,
So
that's
if
all
you've
great
been
skills.
president of the PTO, or you've helped
Yeah.
organize the book fair, or
Yes.
you've been the manager for your son's football team or something like that, that's something that can go on a resume?
Oh, absolutely, because those are all things that you've done, and each one of those have bring a different skill set to the table. But it also shows employers that even though you were a stay-at-home mom, you were incredibly active. You wanted to be involved. You stepped up and took leadership and initiative to get things done. And those are all qualities that employers are looking for.
And you should have somebody else look at your resume too, right? You
Oh,
shouldn't be in a
yes.
vacuum doing that.
Absolutely, because you're very narrow-minded. Because you're like, oh yeah, I know what I did, I know what I did, I know what I did. But really articulating to that to someone that's looking at that on paper that does not know your personality yet, doesn't really know who you are. It's very important to get some outside eyes looking at that.
So just real quick, because we're almost out of time, should people start that home business or blog? Do you think those are good ideas for stay-at-home moms?
It really depends. If you have a great message to share with people and that you're kind of that go-to person already out of, you know, the stay-at-home mommy or the mommy and me groups or whatever, I say go for it. You never know where it's going to take you. But again, it needs to be a lifetime passion, not just a temporary passion where you like to talk about diapers and feeding and, you know, all of those little things, because it's something that once you get followers, and then your kids are grown or they're a little bit older and that kind of falls off, now people are wondering, okay, so now that wasn't even real.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
It was
at least
just for
have
the
it,
time being.
have it be something that it can evolve.
Yes.
I would think over time, which is great. Here's the information so that people can read the articles on your online magazine, which is fantastic. You can find Amanda online by going to this site. It's thebizgal.biz. Amanda is a career and image coach with great ideas for stay-at-home moms or anybody, I think, looking to make a change or re-enter the workforce. Nice to have you on the
Yeah.
show.
Thank
Good
you,
to see you.
ladies,
Thank
again.
you.
Happy Friday.
Thanks, you too. Go Brewers.
Right. Go Brewers.
And up next, find out how